Don't get me started on this. Today we are back on Jasper Carrott, and this time he's taking us back to school. This is one of the most requested videos since reacting to Jasper Carrott that I've had. You must do the school sketch. So now today we are. So let's check it out. Wow, this looks like an old video. Let's go.
Of course, kids know everything today, isn't it? It's education, is it? And education doesn't change much. The basis of education in this country is still the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic.
The irony of arithmetic. Okay. And we're talking about school education. Right, okay, come on, Jasper.
Writing and arithmetic. Gives us a running start at life, doesn't it? Yeah. And then we tell the kids that Nat starts with a G, Knickers starts with a K, there's no F in physics because there's a shortage of science teachers.
I was talking about this on stream a couple of weeks ago, saying that what is the deal with silent letters? Why do we have pneumonia, pterodactyl? Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Why don't we just spell it the way it's said? Why do we have to have different variations of different letters together to make the same sound as the one where it sounds like? You know what I mean? Why is pneumonia not N-E-W-monia? You know what I mean? Pneumonia. Just fucking spell it like it said. Don't get me started on this.
Because there's a shortage of science teachers.
He's right.
And the only thing that's changed, really, is political correctness, you know. Education authorities insist upon political correctness in school.
PC.
And my niece, who now is about 13, she goes to a school where they're trying to eradicate elitism, okay?
Okay.
And what happens is you can't have Group 1 and Group 2 in the class anymore because Group 2 will feel inferior
to Group 1. Right, yeah.
So they've called them Red Group and Blue Group. And this has solved the problem.
No, it's not. Because if you've got fans of Liverpool and Everton and you put the Liverpool fan in the blue group or the Everton fan in the red group, I'm not going in that group. It's red and blue. You know what I mean? Kids and football, people and football, especially when he's talking about his 13-year-old niece, you know, kids, little lads and girls of that age, if they're going to support football teams, they're going to know what's red and what's blue and why we don't like each other.
So they've called them Red Group and Blue Group. And this has solved the problem. Oh, yes. So there's the teacher going, right, Red Group, write me a thesis on Einstein's theory of relativity in correlation to present-day advancement in quantum mechanics. And Blue Group? Oh, play with your jelly mold.
So they're still separating them. They're just still separating them, but papering over the cracks with, you know, sounding like they're helping with the blue and the red group.
I was a jelly molds kid. And I went to Moseley, and blooming rough school that is, and it had its own coroner. A bizarre school. This is an absolutely true story. You can check the Birmingham Mail because it was.
It's that rough the dogs walk round in pairs. Is that what he's getting at?
On the front page. I'd been at this school 4 days, and the whole school was suddenly ordered into the assembly hall, 800 kids and all the masters on the stage, and about 12 midday, and like nobody knew what was happening. I'd been there 4 days.
Right.
And the headmaster came out, and a great bloke called Gaskin, and he walked up and he got onto the lectern and he said, right, I'll keep this brief. Who's stolen the dynamite?
Now that's rough.
Perfectly true. What had happened, there was a copse next door to the school and they were blowing trees up because they were building houses on it. And one of the kids had got into one of the huts and had stolen a load of dynamite.
Shit, really?
And the master said, right, nobody leaves the room until we find out who it is. We know it's one of you, you were seen, but we don't know who it is. Now then, who's stolen the dynamite?
Keeping them all together, if somebody's got dynamite, is not the right thing to do. If that goes off,
Now then, who's stolen the dynamite? And this kid put his hand up and said, it's me, sir. He went, Lawler. I might have known. Lawler. Where is it? He said, it's in me satchel, sir.
Evacuate!
And nothing's changed. I went back about 6 months ago to visit, you know, and I got there and the headmaster came running out. He said, oh, thanks for coming, Jasper. He said, have you got anything sharp or pointed on you? Oh, no, best have this.
Very good. So I'm thinking, the way he set that up was clever. Because you're thinking, like, he's talking about PC and everyone, like, being, like, a lot more softer these days than what they are. I mean, don't know when this was. But softer these days, or them days, than he was earlier. So when he says you've got anything sharp, it's like, so you don't hurt the kids or anything. So, you know, so no one can get, like... And then he said, well, you better have this because it's the school so rough. The way you set it up is what tickled me. Prepare to be shanked.
You know, they still have the sack race in British schools today. Can you believe
On the sports
that?
day.
It's the 21st century and we still have the sack race in British schools. There's America teaching their 6- and 7-year-olds, you know, to be gold medal winners at the Olympics. And what are we teaching our kids to be? Vegetables. That's our Johnny. And this school, Moseley, played rugby. And I was into football, but and rugby was just totally foreign to me. And I was a thin, skinny kid. And I always remember the first time I ever played rugby. I will never forget this. The first time I ever played rugby. And I was in the changing room getting undressed and everything into my kit. And a few prefects came, about half a dozen of them. And they started looking round, you know. And they came up to me and go, have you played rugby before, pal? No? Ooh.
You're going to get smashed.
It's a rough sport, you know. Is it? Have you got any protection? No. Haven't you got a box? No.
Cover your
He
nuts.
hasn't got a box. Would you like to borrow one of ours? Well, why do I need it? To protect your vital part.
Yeah, your nuts.
Oh, thank you very much. The first time I ever played rugby
Was the last
I
time.
ran out onto the pitch in front of the whole of the first form and 12 masters who were in on it.
In on it.
With a cricket box over my nose.
Which means you're sniffing someone else's nuts.
I thought it ponged a bit, I have to say.
The fact that he's borrowed it. The fact that he's borrowed someone else's... By proxy, he sniffed someone else's genitals.
I thought it ponged a bit, I have to say.
A bit pissy.
And what happened in the first minute? Someone kicked me in the ghoulies.
Ah!
And then they were really keen on cross-country at this school.
Yes, running.
Particularly with the dogs chasing them. And
This is rough.
I really hated cross-country. And at one time I was just so determined not to do it. It was midwinter, it was freezing. And next day we were going to have to do cross-country. So I thought, right, what I'll do? And I went home, I bet you've done this. And I copied my dad's handwriting, to write an excuse
letter.
It took me hours and hours, and I got dictionaries and everything, writing to, and it looked pretty good. I went to school next day and I gave it to the sports master, and he opened it up and it said, "Dear Mr. Cartwright, Jasper cannot do cross-country today because he's just had a vasectomy."
Of course you have.
Painful, is it, Carrot? Yes, sir, I can hardly breathe.
This is the difference between people who do the Scientology and the people who sit in the corner playing with the jelly and the moulds, that I said before.
The best one was the kid in front of me. "Why can't you go swimming, Bevan?" "Time of the month, sir."
That was funny. And it's funny how kids do make them sorts of excuses up. You know, you don't, when you're like whatever age he's talking about at school, you're not sitting there thinking about vasectomies and times a month and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? You're thinking about like climbing trees and like can't be arsed running and stuff like that. But yeah, that was like, it takes you down memory lane a little bit, that with the whole school thing. I thought he might have elaborated on like dinner ladies and stuff like that, but it's, you know, I suppose you could have a massive sketch just about school, because there's that many things that you do at school, there's that many things that happen, and it's all relatable because we've all been there. But I mean, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Jasper Carrott went to a rough school and ended up being a comedian. Who's laughing now? Anyway, what did you guys think of this reaction? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to check out Jasper Carrott's original video, and I'll see you all next time.